Hello everyone, I'm Carolyn from Tranquil Mentor and welcome to our channel. Today we are going to be making a haunted Halloween spooky outdoor chandelier. We'll be using mostly Dollar Tree items. However, the planter is from Lowe's and the lights with the timer and crystals are from Amazon. All links will be in the description box below. Alright, and we have a skull fence here from Dollar Tree. And I bought 2 of them. I think I may have even bought 3, but I'm not sure. Possibly 2. All right, and I have this piece of wood, and what I'm doing is these, I want to take the little pegs off of the bottom here because I don't need them. And I'm using my heat gun and just kind of touching it. You have to be careful because it does get heated up pretty hot. So we don't want to get burned when we're trying to do this step here. So not enough to melt it, but enough to get your X-Acto knife here and just trace along and just take your time. I'm pulling away from myself so that I don't go back onto my fingers or anything and scrape over the top of my hands. And I'm just holding that piece snug and using that piece of wood, and then you just have to score it a few times and it will come off. And especially with the heat gun, that helps so much. And that little tab over there, I don't know what I'm going to be doing with it, so I'm going to leave that on. And I've got my zip ties from Dollar Tree. I bought black because I thought it would just blend in nicely. Now the first thing we tried to do was we tried to attach this and melt it with the heat gun, or just get it to where it was pliable basically, and that really didn't work. So next we decided that we would cut these little squares into pieces. So we've got our snips here and we're just going along the line, and this has been made pliable with the heat gun. And again, just not too close, and just try not to touch it and try not to melt it. And then it makes it a lot easier to cut through. We've taken our zip ties and we found a spot on the chandelier that we thought would be good for a center. And we centered it and then zip tied it together. And then the rest of these, since we like what we see here, we're going to cut out the rest of these, and then we'll place each one throughout the chandelier, and trying to use that spot there where it meets in the middle where the curve is. We're trying to use those to attach each square onto that panel. And then as you go up towards the top here, and I have them all attached now, and you can see the zip ties, and what I've done is I've cut that one off, and I'll trim all of those up. But you see that we have this bar going across, which is going to be a big help. Now the other chandelier I made, which I'll link down below, didn't have that bar, so this makes it a lot easier. And now here's the lights. This is a dome that they had. It looks like the Christmas ornament that they have that you can make the snow globes out of. It's not that, but it looks like that. And then we've taken that jute that you get from Dollar Tree that has the wire in it. And what we're doing is we want to hang this from the middle of the chandelier. So we're working through here, just trying a couple things out and working on getting a hanger made for this, really. So with the jute and this wire, it really makes it look spookier. So here, that's not working out too good, so we'll loop around here. We'll give it a couple tries and work on it until we can kind of get to something here. That side loop looks pretty good over there. I don't know how secure the other side is, so we'll just work with that a little bit. Eventually what we want is 2 pieces that are knotted and that can be both raised up, so they can be tied on to the bar there. All right, and this looks good here. We've got a loop that we looped around and looped through and just held that piece straight up, and then this side has a knot in it and that piece is straight up. And it's however you can get it on, however you can wrap it on is fine. Then I put the battery pack up on top. I figured I'll face the buttons out towards it. I really won't be able to change the batteries too much. It's just going to be outside for a little while for this season. So next I'm showing you the timer for the lights, and I did try them before we got started, but they light up very well. And then the off button is a little spongy. You do have to get very close to it, but it works. And then in the middle there is a timer, and I'll start that at 8 o'clock at night. I'll just set the timer on, and then it'll go off, I think, in 6 hours. And I've got some spooky webbing, black webbing here. I haven't really seen this before. I do have the other colors at my store, but I haven't seen that. So I thought instead of the black creepy cloth, which I had and couldn't find, I thought I would use this because I was walking by the little rack there and they were right on the shelf. So I figured I could mold this and work with this a little bit, and I took some on top just to hide that battery pack, and I'm just draping it through and then fluffing it out here and just trying to get it to where it drapes over it. Now I thought about putting it underneath, but then I thought it would block out too much of the light. I think it would have been fine if I would have done it that way, and then, you know, of course, if you use the creepy cloth, it can go underneath that skull panel and the crossbones if you wanted to do that. But I thought I would leave that open so you can see it. And then there was not a lot of color, so I found this tool that I had in my arsenal of supplies, and it is from Dollar Tree. And we just wove it through, and then there's those vines that they have usually every year. I took the vines and John and I wrapped them around and just wove them through, and then wove the tool through and just tried to get some kind of color and some kind of sparkle in it. It just needed something. It was pretty dark and gloomy, but of course it doesn't have to have it. But I just thought the color was brilliant. And then we've got our spider, and he's multicolored. He's so creepy looking. With him, we took him and we tilted him and we glued him, and you can't really see right here what he looks like, but you can see at the end of the video of how everything turns out. And he's on an angle. Now here are the crystals, and these are from Amazon, and I put them on my last chandelier, and I just love the way they sparkle. The chandelier that I made last time is solar, and it's just out in the yard, and it actually just sparkles inside of my house. You can see it, and it's just beautiful. And I love the way they look. And you get 2 in a package, and there is 12 in all, and they come very nicely packaged in this bubble wrap. And then they are like a keychain at the end, and it's pretty narrow, so it's very bendable. Sometimes it takes some patience, and it could be a little bit of a pain, and it tore up my nails quite a bit, but that's the sacrifice for a crafter, right? Sometimes your nails get messy and you've got to redo them. And right here, I'm turning this over so you can also see the color of the globe and how pretty that is. And hello there, and I could see you. You can see me, I guess. All right, and now you open it up just like a key ring, and then I'm taking that area that meets, and I want to slide these into that area where the 2 metal pieces meet there. And I'm using those 2 where those 2 metal pieces meet. I'm using that as a guide for where I'm going to put the initial crystals, and they'll go around and put each one, and then I'll space everything out in between, and there you have it. This is it in the daytime. And I hot glued the crystals in place because I didn't want them to move when the wind hits it, and it gets windy here in Florida. So the spider's up on his side. You really can't see, but we glued his foot in. And then here's our tool and the spider webbing. It just how it blends into there and molds over. I just love the way that it looks. It really did need the tool, although it gives it color, although it would survive without it. But the sky's the limit with this. Whatever you have and whatever you like, you can go into your arsenal of craft supplies and just look around at what you have and weave something through, or put it under if you want to do that. If you have tool that is just in a sheet, you could put that tool underneath it. This is in dusk, so I wanted to have a video of what it looks like at dusk, because the colors do look a little bit different than they do during the day. You don't get the shining through of it as much, and you can see the globe here, but you do have enough color to pull it off where it's just not black. And you do have the silver and the skulls and everything. And if that's what you wanted, you can certainly do that, whatever you want. You can even clip bats on it, because Dollar Tree has those clip bats that are purple, and some of them are black glitter. Those could be put on there too. And you know, you can add things, you can take things away, you can put more glitter on it, anything that you want. And I know absolutely you can do this. It is such a fun craft, and it's just something I've always wanted. And here it is at night, and we've got another view of it here with that light on, and it shines right through. And then the different patterns that the lights have available to them, you can have it variable. So it might be one moment blinking, the next moment steady, then flashing, just whatever you pick. I think there's 9 different settings on it, and this has a hesitation for it too, but it gives that light inside, and then it even gives it different colors too. I mean, it's still purple and everything, but it gives it different shades. And I do have a purple light up above it too, so just really absolutely beautiful. I'm so thrilled with the way that it came out. Just loving it. I've always wanted one hanging on my front porch. I couldn't do solar because my front porch doesn't always get the light that it should to keep something going like that. If you make a Dollar Tree haunted chandelier, share the inspiration and tag us on Instagram. It will be tranquil_mentor, or visit us on Facebook at Tranquil Mentor. If you are already one of our subscribers, welcome back, and thanks for watching our video today. And if you're not a subscriber, welcome to our channel. And if you would be so kind to subscribe and like our video, it helps YouTube notice us a little bit more, and it supports our channel and helps us to grow. And as always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.